Hello everybody, a very warm welcome back to Baku then. The Aussie Lions host Marseille in the Westie TV Champions League, and what a night this could be. Aussie Lions then hunting more wins. They've beaten both Manchester clubs. Marseille unbeaten still in this competition. It's been a tremendous start for them too, but the Aussie Lions, well, they could leapfrog Marseille with a win here tonight. Well, Ricky Bansal, 2-2 at Manchester clubs now. He's been extremely good up front so far this season. Keep an eye out for him tonight, and well, he is really, well, he's been on form. He's one of the top scorers in the entire division so far this year, with 3 against Jamal Musiala and Cristiano Ronaldo, 2. But as the players shake hands then, it's time for the lineups, and, well, as you can see, Bucks FC go unchanged. One change in the midfield, though. We'll run through those in a second, but Francois Colu will take the captain's armband for Marseille tonight. He's been crucial too. 3 goals as well. But for Edouard Smith in goal, as the captain, Harrell, Brinsmead, Simpson, Salola, the same back 4. Heel, Saxby and Druce, Hutchison, Bansal and Forley, the same front 3 that started all of their games so far in the Champions League. Ben Nixon drops to the bench, as previously mentioned. James Saxby takes the place. Eric Revier, Medina, Couto, Pavard, Mario, Højbjerg, Vermeeren, Majewski, Amin Guri and Timothy Weah, and Francois Colu starts up front for Marseille. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the bench, of course, and Pacquiao too. Keep an eye out tonight. There's some big stars still to come. I mean, Guri scored against Real Madrid. But here we are then, Marseille with the kickoff. We're underway here in Azerbaijan, and, well, it's time to see what these two teams can do. It's a mid-table clash, of course. Both of these sides maybe reach the top of the table. Of course, Bayern drew last time out, and drew early, or lost early this week, sorry. I've no idea. I've only got the table updated to match day 4, but anyways. Here's Timothy Weah. Guiri. Højbjerg into Medina. Majewski played all the way back. Marseille already looking to try and build an attack early. Højbjerg, Majewski. Guiri. Played back, and Marseille already sprinting really quickly to try and get back for this one. Couto played in for De Vermeeren in the midfield. Dutch signing came in the summer. He's been good so far for Marseille. And the Aussie Lions have not even touched the ball yet. Timothy Weah stays onside, looking for Francois Colu. Can't quite get there. Guiri, and I believe it's a, well, free kick to the Aussie Lions. If it looked like a handball in the box from Francois Colu. Well, Ed Smith had his fair share of big moments for the Aussie Lions so far this season. Clean sheet against Manchester United in the last fixture played here in Baku. Hutchison. Aussie Lions first time on the ball. Forley. Højbjerg into Medina. Majewski forward into the middle to Amin Guriri. Marseille playing it around really nicely in these first 20 minutes. Højbjerg. Francois Colu. Vermeeren. Looking to try and find a gap. Played into Timothy Weah. Blocked by Max Brinsmead. Good start. A good build already. Marseille look a lot more lively than they have been in the recent games. Chris Druce. Played forward. Nicolas Forley looking to try and catch Marseille off. Here's Forley looking to go across the box, and Couto knocks it behind for a corner kick. Well, how you read it. And Couto read it very well at the back there. Here's Saxby, whipped into the box. And Guiri heads it high away. Mijewski trying to beat Max Brinsmead. That's a hard task, but... And Salola heads down for Michael Simpson. Played into Ricky Bansal. Druce. Saxby. Nicholas Forley. Looking across the box for Bansal. Oh, great save, Revier. Well, that's why the Marseille fans nickname him the Flying Dutchman. What a brilliant save that is from the Marseille keeper. And Ricky Bansal denied his third goal from a header this season. Saxby whipping it into the box and Revier comes to collect. So Marseille knew what to do there when they knew Brinsmead was the target man. Murillo. Vermeeren into Amin Guriri. Højbjerg. Guriri into Mijewski. Benjamin Pavard. Mijewski to Højbjerg. Here's Mijewski again. Whip around the back post for Timothy Weah. Not quite to be. And Edouard Smith with safe hands. Well, we've had end-to-end football in this first half, and it might not be over yet. Weah. Højbjerg. Kolu had Weah to his right, but opted not for him yet. Murillo. Guiri. Forced into the wide position. JJ Harrell, great interception, and the Aussie Lions keep moving forward. 1 minute added on. Well, a last chance salvo played through for Forley. Forley whipped across the box and Saxby can't quite get there over Antoine Courteau. Well then, half-time whistle goes here in Baku, and the Aussie Lions probably had the best chance for Ricky Bansal at the start of the half. It wasn't quite to be, nearly a third header in 3 games. But half-time break then, Aussie Lions 0, Marseille 0. Welcome back, everybody. Well, second half underway here in Baku as Marseille look to try and take a bit of a challenge to the Aussie Lions and keep the pressure on the top 3 of Bayern, Liverpool and Real Madrid. Was Marseille the only team, or one of the 2 teams, to beat Real Madrid so far? Marseille on the to try and build and counter. Vermeeren. Timothy Weah. Vermeeren and Guiri got in the way. Bansal now on the ball. Højbjerg back to Mijewski. Guiri. Pavard. Vermeeren into Højbjerg. Antoine Courteau. Medina. Vermeeren. Here's Guiri. To try and find a way through. Vermeeren got out by Dan Heel. Hutchison in the middle now. Saxby. Bansal. Hutchison's on the run. And free and sprinting away. Left side the box. Murillo picks it up. It's a good tackle from the Marseille defender. Well, the Champions League continues next week. Don't forget. All the action live here on Westie TV, and Timothy Weah plays into Francois Kolu. Guiri played into Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Kolu on the edge of the area. Kolu, Timothy Weah offside. Again, the action continues the next week, and Dan Heel coming off for Ben Nixon, and him on for Timothy Weah. The banned player from this competition, so apologies, we can't really mention his name here on Westie TV. Apologies to any viewers. Nick Forley. Chris Druce. Bansal. Korto gets in the way. Mijewski. Medina. Højbjerg. Still in the midfield, Vermeeren. Marseille almost stuck at the minute. Well, I think it was Michael Simpson got in the way. Saxby. Nixon into Saxby again. Good feet. Bansal. And Hutchison plays a pass to nowhere. It's been Marseille who've been the passing kings so far. 136 and still rising. Guiri. Medina. Sei Salola cuts it out. 1 point from the Nigerian. Guiri. Kolu. Vermeeren. Højbjerg. Vermeeren. Here's Murillo. Looking to play it through and it wasn't quite there. Hutchison now on the run. And the Aussie Lions have space to catch Marseille on the break. Saxby. Little bit of skill. Druce runs free. Guiri. Mijewski. Played wide. Great ball. Vermeeren. Kolu. Can't quite find it. Edge of the area. Brinsmead now running. He knows how much time he's got left. Max Brinsmead like a freight train. Playing it forward for Ricky Bansal. Pavard cuts it out. And Eric Revier punted upfield. And that is full time. Marseille and the Aussie Lions held after 90 minutes. In Baku. Honours and points shared even. And that will just about be that then. Full time here in Baku